fade away.
Right, for you guys that don't already know, right, the Xbox has been announced and the PS4 has been announced, right, but all I'm seeing is on Facebook and Twitter and everyone is going, oh my god, the Xbox, it looks fucking amazing. Apologies for swearing, but I mean, there's got to be added emphasis on this. The Xbox looks like a bleeding video player, and if you don't know what that is, go search Google VCR player. It looks like that, but it's got a smaller slot, right? It looks crap. I wouldn't put it underneath my TV. It'd make it look bad. I wouldn't look it. I mean, it just looks terrible, right? But obviously the PS4 hasn't been shown yet. But you can tell by the controller, it looks smooth, it looks sexy, and it's got a nice blue glowing light and shit like that. Apologies again for the swearing, but just put some headphones in or something. But I mean, the Xbox. What the hell are they doing? Why? I mean, they could have called it anything. Anything at all. I mean, people were saying it could be called the Infinity. They could be called the Durango. I mean, the Durango doesn't sound that bad. Oh, the Xbox 720. Everyone's going, no, it's going to be Xbox 720. But what the hell, Xbox One? It's just like you're saying, I want to play on the first Xbox. It sucks, man. Why? What's the point? Why? Xbox One? What? Let's put, it's just absolutely terrible. It's not a name, it's just a bleeding number. It's like I'm going to play on the Xbox, the first one. But it's just stupid. Anyway, I'm going to go through some of the things, I mean, Sony haven't come up with the best name ever, but they're keeping with the PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, if you know what I mean. So, I mean, they're just sticking with it. But Xbox, you could have done something better. Microsoft, you could have done something better than Xbox One. Come on. Anyway, I'm going to go through some of the features: Sony PlayStation 4, and then Xbox, Microsoft Xbox One. For a CPU, AMD, Jaguar, both of them are the same. They've got AMDs in. The CPU frequency is 1.6 GHz on both of them, and the GPU is also an AMD Radeon on both of them. That's compared to the Xbox 360 that had a custom power PC based CPU at 3.2 GHz and an ATI custom GPU. However, because it's a faster CPU frequency, doesn't mean it's a better CPU frequency. I mean, the clock rate could be faster and stuff. It's a bit of tweaking. You might not understand, and you might, but it doesn't mean it's it's not as good as the Xbox 360, because it will be better. Anyway, game DVR. This is great. In digital video recording, you can record your videos from your Xbox and from your PS4, which is going to be great because people don't have to go out and buy Elgatos, HD PVRs. However, then people are going to be losing out on business quite a bit. It depends though how you record. It depends on the frame rate. It depends on how it affects your game. Also depends on the resolution it records in. However, I'm pretty sure that they're going to maintain everything that they can without affecting the game, so it just depends. And I know a guy called Hutchie who's just bought an Elgato, and I feel so sorry for him because he said he's going to get a PS4, but he's already got an Xbox, I think, anyway, so it should be alright. But I mean, if he got an Xbox or a PS4, he's automatically going to have this on it, and he's just wasted like 100 odd quid, 100 odd pound. I mean, that's like $250 or something. You guys know what I mean. Anyway, for the RAM, the PS4 has 8GB GDDR5, sorry, and the Xbox has 8GB DDR3. I'm not too sure what this is, but I know for a lot of specs on computers, the higher the number, the better, most of the time. However, I'm not sure because GDDR5, I know that's better than DDR3 because in my computer I've got DDR5 RAM, and I could have had DDR3, which isn't as good as DDR5. But this is compared to the Xbox 360 that had 512 megabytes, and this is the same in the PS3, I'm pretty sure. They're both going with the same specs for getting 8GB on there, and hammering it down. Instead of, if you go on the PS3 and you're in on Grand Theft Auto, for example, it uses quite a lot of RAM because it's quite a lot of CPU, and you try and press the home button and it just lags. You can't type a message properly, it just lags. It's just horrible. So that won't be happening. I'm pretty sure that won't be happening anyway. Number of cores, 8 cores on both. This is the same. Not much to that really. The Xbox 360 had 3, and I'm sure the PS3 probably had 3 or 4. I mean, I've really heard of 3 cores on a CPU, but it's probably either that or it could be the RAM that he's talking about. I don't know. But yeah, it's either 3 or 4 core or whatever the PS4, 3 or 3 PS3 was. But it's gonna have 8 cores, which will be cool. It'll be fast. It'll be no lag at all. Storage space on the PS4, they haven't told us what it is yet, so I'm assuming it'll either be a 500GB like the Xbox One is. It's a built-in hard drive for the Xbox One. It's 500GB. Either that or it'll be a terabyte. I'm pretty sure. I don't think they do anything in between. It's just a bit weird. Either that or they do a range of stuff. Say, for example, they'll do a 250, they'll do a 500, and they'll do a 750 and a terabyte, for example. But to compare with the Xbox One, they say that you can put your disc in, install your game, and you have to copy all your data over from the disc to the Xbox so that you can play it just off there. And I mean, these games, I mean, it's going to be a Blu-ray. It's going to be a Blu-ray player thing, DVD. So imagine getting a Blu-ray, which can be up to 80GB, I think, if it's a layered one. That's if it, obviously it won't be that big, but it can be up to 20 gig. And I mean, if you're going to be copying a game on every single time to play it, 20 gig, and that's going to get filled up easily, way easily. I mean, I've got a terabyte hard drive in my computer, and I've filled that up nearly, and 500GB from a terabyte from a storage space. And installing games, it just takes up a lot, but I've still not filled that up anyway. But I'm assuming on the Xbox, if you do, it's going to be a pain that, to be honest. Yeah, and Xbox 360, a lot of you know, is 320GB, which could have been better anyway. Cloud storage on both of them, yes, and the Xbox never had that. So both have cloud storage. So for example, if you want to save a game, it'll save on the cloud. I'm not sure how much memory there is on that, but I don't know. You probably have to pay for it, for Xbox at least anyway. I know you will. External storage, wait, for example, cloud storage on the PS3 we had to pay for, because if we had PlayStation Plus, then we had to pay a subscription for PlayStation Plus to be able to store save games on the cloud. Cloud storage, yes. External storage, unknown for the PS4. I don't know, because PS3 haven't, I mean, Sony didn't let us do external storage. They did have USB stuff, but they didn't let us do external storage. However, they did let us take the hard drives out from the PS3, and you bring it out and you just put a new hard drive in. For example, I've got a 320GB hard drive in mine. I got it on my laptop, and I lost the 80GB one, which is stupid. So now I'm using an external hard drive thing for a laptop, which is pretty ridiculous. Anyway, yeah, and Xbox, I don't think they allowed you to do that until the second model, was it? Not too sure about that. Don't be whatever quoting me. Backwards compatibility. Bastards. No, unknown, none at all. Fuck you. I hate it, all of them. Right. Someone told me the way this is going to work out is, have you heard, you know, GTA 5 is going to be released right before the PS4. Call of Duty Ghosts is going to be released right before the PS4, and obviously right before the Xbox One. This is just stupid, man, because I know for a fact Call of Duty makes shitloads of money, especially off Microsoft alone. This takes the piss, right? They're going to release it before it's released so that people will go and buy Call of Duty Ghosts, and then they'll buy a PS4, and then they'll be like, shit, I need to get Call of Duty Ghosts for the PS4, so they'll buy the fucking game again. What the shit? What the fuck is that about? It's bull. That's bull. They don't need that extra money. They don't need people to buy it twice. They've got enough bleeding money as it is, especially if Microsoft paying them off. And for that, while we're on it, Microsoft is still paying them off to get map packs and downloadable content a month earlier still. So Sony are being kicked in the dirt again, and people are obviously going to take this to mind and be like, yeah, I'm going to get an Xbox.
Good job,
So
squad. Stand by for further orders.
The SFG website, Garry's Mod, Minecraft and Feed the Beast server. Hosted by 24-hour hosting.